Yo, mic check, 1, 2. What is this? You're now tuned into Imperfect Sense right here on UnifiedRadio.tv. I go by the name of Eric E. Mr. Dawson, whatever you call me. Please do not call me a fucking midget. And to the left of me, got the bully with me, Conway. Ooh. You know what I mean? Bully in the streets, what the ladies call you at home, though. A bitch.
Yeah.
A bitch.
Daddy.
Yeah. Bitch.
Daddy. Yeah.
Let me take it down home. Shout out to Conway. Got Andy with me. Look, Andy's here, y'all.
Yeah,
Andy's here.
Fresh shape up.
Let fresh shape up, smooth. Got the little lineup going, little gray follicles popping out his face and all that. Looking real astute, looking real mature.
It was all about the gray beard gang.
Yes, I don't know about all that. Not yet. I got my one little piece of Christmas tinsel. Flesh ain't with us, y'all. He not with us today. But shout outs to Flesh. But we got a special guest with us. You know what I mean? Can I give you a whole government or?
You can give it.
Because I know you ain't got no warrants. You out here getting money. Got my man Brian Henderson, owner of Creative Cultures Lifestyle, and we gonna get into that. Before we do,
wait a minute, hold up. We gotta give him profit.
Go do your thing.
Yo, this is Brian Henderson, aka Beard Burn, right? AKA Mr. Don't Touch My Beard, aka Mr. Fox 45, aka Mr. Creative Culture Lifestyle, aka I sell that beard pool.
Damn, just go and give him a lap dance.
Hey, I'm gonna get a fucking movie.
Go and give him a lap dance, why don't you?
Appreciate that.
But that was definitely a good intro.
Definitely appreciate the love.
Definitely a good intro. Hey, look, y'all. If this is your first time looking at Imperfect Sense, listen to Imperfect Sense. I'm gonna tell you what we do, man. This is for opinionated brothers, all walks of life. We talk a lot of shit.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So before we do that, I like to drop a disclaimer. If you're sensitive about your race, religion, gender, sexuality, or politics, this is not the show for you. You will not Me Too movement, none of us. None of that shit, because we going to say what the fuck we want to say.
Yeah.
All in good faith, all in good taste. This is like our male version of The View or The Talk. You know what I mean? We feel like we the last of a dying breed of our culture, of our era that can say what the fuck we want to say. Almost like a room full of Bernie Macs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely seen
Bernie Macs. I like that.
A room full of
the kings of comedy.
Yeah,
four different kings, 4 different perspectives.
Absolutely. And like I said, we got my man Brian with us, Creative Cultures Lifestyle, come to talk to us about his products dealing with the beard. Like Flesh isn't here because Flesh is bald faced, like a baby faced child.
He has a pencil mustache, like he's a little
Cab Calloway.
You got that picture face.
He got the
little
LL,
what did he look like?
93 mustache.
He got the what did he look like? Picture.
Like he belong on
He's back, bald head,
hell yeah,
baby face.
Hell yeah.
So something that he's a Steelers lover, so fuck out of here.
So B, tell us about your product first and foremost. Let's start from the beginning. How you got started?
Well, first and foremost, whenever I show up to the podcast and everybody, I appreciate being invited here. I appreciate, the love, the lookout. We go back. We go back to when we was starting our first jobs, making $5.60 an hour.
So $4.25, yo.
I
was getting more than me.
They gave me $5.60.
Yeah, because you was in something different. Like I was washing dishes like a motherfucker.
I mean, he's in the back. He's on the field now.
Right, but he went to Northern. He went to Northern, so they put him with the dishes.
But I went to Poly first. I went to Poly
I like
first.
that lead up, yo.
It's not about.
He got you.
I got put out of Poly because I was the only real.
It's not about where you started. My God, it's about how you finish.
Yes, my dude.
You ain't finishing Poly.
I didn't, yo, but I got some friends from Poly. I got a lot of friends.
I mean,
some real shit. I'm gonna do a movie about this later.
They put us, I went to Poly, so me and my man John, rest in peace, John.
Yeah, my man, that was one of my best friends, man.
Yo, I still think about John all the time.
Every day.
I always think about, whenever I see y'all, I think about John, but they put me and John in the main dining room because we went to Poly.
That's exactly what it was, though.
And then
That's exactly what it was, though.
they put y'all in the kitchen.
Yeah, put the hooligans.
They put the hooligans and the heathens in the kitchen.
Yeah, put the heathens
He said because
and the thieves.
That's when I knew I was going places. When they put me in the main dining room. I walked in with my nice
white people.
I walked in with my nice white shirt on. I was like, that shit ain't gonna last.
They had us in the back, yo.
But
To
fast forward real quick, creative culture, lifestyle. Well, I wanted to bring gifts because I feel like anytime somebody take the time to promote me, I want to give something back.
We appreciate it.
So the flagship product is the beard butter. How I started creative culture, I just been an entrepreneur since I was young. In Poly, I was selling mixtapes. Lil Mike, shout out Lil Mike. I was selling DJ Lil Mike mixtapes out of my locker. I was at college, get my refund check instead of going and buying Gucci and stuff like that. I was going and buying 500 white tees, $3 a t-shirt, selling them.
Facts.
Yeah,
so I was always like, I had a hustle mentality, and for a lot of people out there listening, a hustler is not somebody that sells drugs. A hustler is somebody who could go get it anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, drugs got an easy, that's an easy demand. That's an easy demand right there. Getting the supply is different, but once you got it, the junkie's going to keep coming. But can you sell water to a well? Yeah. So for me, it was always like, what can I do to be different? I knew I would never want to be in the streets. I ain't never try to be no street guy. So I was like, I'm going to just hustle. So when I had, different businesses and everything, it was like I always was looking for that one thing that was going to stick. So this August would be 5 years in business. So when I started, coming through the airport, I had some products I was using for my beard, and it melted. And I ran into somebody, and they was like, oh, try this, try that. So I tried it, and I was like, yo, I got to get my hands on this. So I was like, can I get this in a big, order? And they was like, yeah, we could work. So sat down, did some contracts, and in a month, I had my website done. I had the beard butter. I had found a plug to get combs, brushes, and I just started doing my research, and I just started adding products. I had bracelets. I had just a few items, and I started like, oh, I'm going to do apparel. So I started making hats. And it's just like to see where the hats then came from to the sweatsuits and, all the different products to just keep pushing. Just to keep pushing the movement. I appreciate the love. I get orders all over the country. I was on Amazon at one point till I got tired of them taking my money. But, it was the look that I needed in the beginning, to get on Fox 45, to, get on all these different shows. It's like you got to appear that you bigger than what you are in the beginning. And to a lot of people, when they starting out, they go and post stuff like, these people ain't supporting me. The support gonna come. It might not be in the first year. It might not be in the second year. But the word gonna keep traveling, and eventually it's gonna come. I'm in 10 stores. Beauty Plus, Black-owned beauty supply store, 21st and Charles.
You still in KC Hair?
KC Beauty. They got 6-7 locations. And then Posh Beauty out in Cockeysville. And it's just a constant hustle. The barbershops, I slowed down with the barbershops a lot because they were kind of inconsistent. Right. But I still, if a barber hit me, I'm going to show up. But I just couldn't do the every Saturday grind no more. I mean, that was in the beginning. Every Saturday I was knocking at every door because that's what you got to do in the beginning. You got to hustle. Like, it was to the point where,
come to you like that. Like,
so concrete.
Yeah, and I still work. So a lot of people think just because you're an entrepreneur and, you're not a real entrepreneur if you still work. No, it's harder because you come home from a job and then you got to do another job and you work for yourself.
Some real shit.
And then the weekends ain't no days off. Like, it was weekends,
never no days off.
Working hair shows, and I sponsored the first beard and barber show that they did here in Baltimore, and that was just like a stack just to sponsor that. Like, I wasn't even at that point, but I was like, yo, if it's gonna be something here dealing with beards, I'm jumping on it. So my goal the whole time was to be a male grooming line. So I just dropped a body butter. So for your man with the pencil mustache that couldn't be here with us, we got a body butter for you so you can get in on the action. But
oh shit!
I don't think we should tell him that because he gonna be all doing his little silhouette challenge, putting his shit all over his chest like
come in here with daggone tank tops and shit.
We ain't doing that shit. So let me ask you about your hustle because I remember back in the day, like you said, we go back a long time since high school. Yeah. And one of the one things I remember you saying out your mouth in high school was like, your dad made you like pay bills. Like, You know what I mean? And didn't make your sister do it. He like, man, you don't never take nothing from my sister. He take this shit from me all the time. Like, but you think early on that made you who you are today, being able to be responsible and handle your business?
Definitely.
Because he put that into you early?
Definitely. I mean, so, I look back and all the structure that was provided, like, that's why I never considered myself to be even play around in the streets. Mm-hmm. I had people around me doing it, but I knew it was certain things that I wasn't allowed to do. I was one of the few people in the neighborhood who had my father, and he was everybody's father. So it was like, when he spoke, everybody listened. He was like the Lawrence Fishburne of the neighborhood, like, when Cuba was fighting the air. Killed him. And he knew he had to get out the car. That's how I was. I was like, yo, stop the car, yo. I gotta get out because y'all might get locked up and go home. I'm gonna go home and get my ass whipped by my father, and I'm gonna get locked up. So I was like, it was just certain things that I knew not to do. And looking back on it, it was like, yo, he was just like always so hard about everything. But it's like now when we sit back and talk, I can appreciate it. And now that I'm a father, I do a lot of the same things with my kids. Like I was in a parking lot setting up a green light account with my kids. My kids got a green light account. It's a way that kids can be financially sound. And you load money on their card based on chores that they do. And then you can put in there how much is for savings, how much is for that they can spend, and then they can break their accounts down and then start teaching them financial literacy at an early age. Somebody put me on with that. So it's just little things like that we try to take and learn. But yeah, I mean, it's that structure. And I feel like, a lot of times when we looking at our community and we look at the problems, it come from lack of leadership, not having a man in the house. Shout out to all the single mothers. I know women think that they can do it by themselves, but it's nothing like having a man at the helm that's an alpha male that's, setting an example.
The women that's doing it by themselves, that have to do it by themselves, I salute you. But the ones that's forcing themselves to be single mothers when the dad really want to be there, I don't want to hear you complain. That shit lame.
Yo, my father, he was running this he do this class at New Psalmist, and he was running this class about fatherhood for young fathers. So he was like, I need all my
go to
sons.
New Psalmist.
That's right. No, and I kept looking at him like I know him from somewhere.
Like, here go to New Psalmist.
So he was like,
crazy.
He was like, write down, I need y'all to send me an email. Email me all the different things that you felt like I taught you or whatever. And it was like me and my brothers didn't even talk. We just put like 4 or 5 things in there. And he was like, that's all y'all sent? And we was like, yo, you really ain't never say much about being a man or being a father. We just watched you do it. Like, you didn't say, hey, when you get your family,
lead by example, man.
Do this, pay your bills, do that, be a provider. We just seen you do it. So it's like a lot of the things, respect women. We seen you do it. Do this, do that. Like, we seen you do it. You didn't never say much. And that's where it come from. Like, at the end of the day, like, that example. A kid, like, when I see women taking their sons to the barbershop, like, yo, you don't belong in here. You know what I mean? So when you come in, the conversation change. When you get up, I know you feel uncomfortable because everybody looking at your ass.
That's like a black man. That's like the black man's like our country club.
Yeah,
like,
that's our
we talk
place.
about all types of shit in there.
Right.
Like,
like, we don't sit in your salons and shit.
Yes, but it's fucked up because that little boy first he see his mother being objectified. Because we looking at your mother ass, little boy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Even if it
don't let
ain't
mama don't let mama be fat though. That little nigga getting free cuts every week. The mama be like, shit. As soon as she leave up, I've been trying to get her, yo. And then it's like, but that's not a place because at the end of the day, that little boy learned from going to barbershop with his father just how to carry himself as a man. If your father's a man and he walk into a room, you see manly shit take place. He speak to people, they get up and shake hands.
Acknowledge them. Yeah.
Like, you don't sit down and be like, oh, what's up, yo? Or, you walk in and speak to everybody.
Right.
Some dudes walk in certain places and just put their head down, and I'd be like, yo, they wasn't raised by no man.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
yo, you come into a room, you make eye contact with me, we speak. That's what men do. We
my
look at each
barber
other in the eye, we
he
speak.
be like, yo, don't even come in here with your pants hanging off your ass. Like, we men around here, like, pick your pants up. Like, he got that shit on his door. Like, don't come in here with your pants below your ass. Like, you're inviting somebody to your booty hole. Like, that's just is what it is. Like, you twerking for a man. Like,
Yo,
but we don't play that shit.
Yeah, man shit is like important now. Because we losing, like you said, last of a dying breed. We losing masculinity to social media, movies. Hollywood is trying to push this gay agenda on us as black people. They making it more and more acceptable every day to be transgender, trans this, bisexual, that like even our music, all our rappers talking about a threesome. So every woman out here is thinking it's okay coming up that it's okay if I'm kissing girls and fucking girls and guys, and then it's just like, a cool thing to do. Yeah. Nobody is focused on just
real shit,
just being, whole. Like everybody trying to be free. I heard somebody say, "I'm raising my son as a person, not as a boy." That toxic masculinity guy, stop. If he want to wear a dress, he can wear a dress.
No.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, yo, this is the mindset of some of the people who are parenting, and being in charge. So when you pushing that on, I don't give a fuck. Talking about you don't push masculinity on a boy. You let him you push him in a way that you feel like men are supposed to be raised.
You're supposed to push him in a way where he's naturally supposed to lead anyway.
Exactly.
I seen a commercial.
That shit crazy.
A couple weeks ago, it was some medical commercial. I can't tell you who it is verbatim, but it was saying something about whatever you're assigned at birth. As far as your sexuality, the fuck you mean? If you got a penis, you're a boy. If you got a vagina, you're a female.
I don't give a fuck if that bitch got cut off.
No, you can't tell me. You can't tell me. It's about whatever I am, whatever I want to be.
Right.
What was the point of me taking the fucking SATs? Because if I got a fucking apple right here, and they say, "Is that an apple?" I'm like, "So no, motherfucker, it's an orange."
Right.
I recognize that as an orange. Does that you telling me that I'm wrong because I'm saying it's an orange? Yeah, you wrong, motherfucker. So it's not an orange, it's an apple. Right. Like you can't tell me that you're born with a penis and you like, well, I'm really a female. No, the fuck you're not. Your DNA says if whatever sexuality you grow into as a person, if you happen to be gay or lesbian, that's your life.
That's your life.
Yeah.
That's your life. I'm not going to sit.
But don't keep pushing that shit in my face.
You know
That's the only thing that I'm saying. Like, it's an agenda in Hollywood. Like the one dude who was the producer of one of them shows was like, we're gonna expand homosexuality. I forget the show where
that's like Lil White. She say shit like that.
It's I can't think
the
of
one
black dude.
Lil Waste. Yeah.
It's a black dude who a producer, and in that show. What the fuck was that show, yo? It was like a big show we was watching, and all of a sudden, the next season on, I think it's Showtime, The Shy.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The newest season of The Shy. That motherfucker was like, yo, the brother coming and he got a whole transgender. It's like, yo, come on, like, why is that even had to be?
It's The Shy, and that's the thing. My bad. I don't want to cut you off.
Do your thing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the shit like that. Like you got the mothers out here. That's now instead of saying that we can raise a man, they saying we just raise them as people.
Yeah.
Then you got human. Then you have gay America. No one gives a fuck no more. Like it's 2021.
Yeah.
You gay, you gay. But because you're gay, don't mean that I have to see that shit every moment. And it's like it's only in our culture because. But then you gotta think about it. Our culture is the culture to make a lot of shit move. Our cultures are the strongest.
Everything pop.
Yeah. It's strong. Right. But once you break that strength, it's a wrap. Yeah. And it's like we just feeding into that shit. Like, well, you know what? All right, well, if my son's gay, like you didn't even let him be a boy yet. Yeah. You didn't let him be a boy yet. How you know your son gay? I hate that. I knew he was gay since 6. No, you didn't know he was gay since 6. Yeah. You kept putting gay shit in his face since he was 6.
Right.
That is like you didn't want to buy no boy shit in the house. You just let him play whatever's in the house.
Yeah, right. See, I don't like the
that shit's gay.
The hypocrisy with gay sexuality. Like we got homeboys, homegirls that are gay, love them to death, right?
Family.
So it's not a knock on them.
Yeah.
Only thing that makes me feel like it's an agenda being pushed is when you look at programming and you see it as a plot twist.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? If you want me to normalize your sexuality, stop setting it up as a plot twist on TV.
Right.
Like, if you're gay, just be gay. Love who you love.
Yeah.
But why is it on TV is still made to be a plot twist? Right. I haven't seen a plot twist yet where it was a movie where, oh my God, they're heterosexual.
Right.
It hasn't been because it's normal.
Right.
So
shit.
if you want us to normalize your life, stop using it as a plot twist.
Right.
Seen it to be.
You know what I mean?
It just seems like it kills me because what kills me is that they put this label toxic in front of masculinity. Some bullshit.
Mm-hmm. That's just a bullshit new term.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, but this is the crazy shit. Mm-hmm. All of these women who be doing that, they the first ones to be like, I want a real man.
Yeah.
I want a real man.
Facts.
But you like your man, you like the man that you fuck on a regular basis in tights in a pocketbook.
Yeah, his jeans tighter than yours.
Yeah. Y'all go to the same store. Y'all go to the same H&M
Balls
line.
paralyzed.
Women, the women's section in H&M.
Nuts. Nuts.
But on some real shit, like speaking of that, like back on like with your product.
Right.
Does it seem, because I have another person I know that do men care stuff, right?
Yeah.
Bring
And
it home,
he was
'cause
just
I know
telling
which way you going with
he
it.
was telling me how it's been harder now because of this
Oversaturation?
oversaturation of.
And I was going to get into that.
Does it seem like being that, because I heard of you before, but it's like a lot of people following now, right?
Yeah. When I started 5 years ago, I really was kind of like one of the first black companies to do it.
Yeah.
Especially even in this area. I was already following the white boys because they had the beard oils, and they started like making it okay for us to wear beards, and that's kind of fucked up because we've been wearing beards forever. Right. But in the corporate space, we couldn't wear a beard because it was like we was intimidating or we looked aggressive. Right. So anytime you had facial hair, and I'm in corporate America, I've been in corporate America for 20 years. I had no facial hair my first couple years. I had the rapey look. But when I had to like prove myself to be able to wear a beard, and I had to keep it real low, like
you had to gracefully walk them into it.
I had to walk a thin ass line.
Like when the white boys made it cool to do beards and tattoos and the that type of look, and Brad Pitt and them wearing stubble, that made it okay. But that was one of the reasons why I said creative culture, lifestyle, because we create the culture, they steal it. And so, the lifestyle part is everything we do is a lifestyle. Right. Whether it's smoking cigars, drinking beer, whatever it is.
We control the cool,
we control it. But the lifestyle, it's a lifestyle brand in the sense that I could go left with the clothing, I could do the sweat shorts, I could do the beanies, I could do whatever's hot. And then, but the main product is always going to be the men's grooming line.
Now, have you had a background in like?
No.
Okay.
That was the funniest part because it was like when I came out, a lot of barbers wasn't really
fucking with you because you didn't have that background.
I mean, it was like a lot of people was fucking with me, but it was like some people was kind of salty. Like if I walked in a barbershop and I ain't know you and I'm like, hey, what's up, fellas? What's good? I got beard butter. I got oil, whatever. Like,
they think you coming in like a panhandler.
Where the fuck you cut at, cuz?
No, for real, that's what it was. And it was like a lot of dudes was hitting me with I got a product coming out in 2 weeks. And I got my ingredients on the jar. And I even had a situation where one dude was like, yo, we looked at your ingredients. We know what it is. Either you give it to us for like $3-4 a jar or we don't want it. And I was like, yo, you're not going to go back and forth with me on my prices in front of your customers in a barbershop. Like, this like right before Thanksgiving. And so the dude like, no, like, yo, instead of $6 a jar, on the wholesale, give it to me for $4 or $3. And so I was like, all right, check this out. Hey, yo, everybody in here that's about to get a cut, right? Y'all paying like $30-40 a cut? They like, yeah. Y'all cuts $20. Nah, nigga, don't come in here. I said, don't change my motherfucking prices. You cut my shit in half.
Right.
And I was like, yo, so, I'm in Brooklyn at the tank fight. And the chick came to me and was like...
I was kind of hating on you.
The chick was like...
out there too. I was like, that's like Brian, man.
Yo,
but like he out there to fight and shit, man. I was low-key a little jealous.
But the chick, I had just started for real, right? And the chick was like, I like the way you handled yourself. I met you in a barbershop. She was like, he was trying to dumb your prices down, this and that. And I was like, damn, you really don't even realize who's watching.
Right.
Because I really was like heated. Like when I left there, like yo was all like, yo, you got on such and such. And I was like, yo, don't count my motherfucking money. Like at the end of the day, either we doing business or not, you called me down here. So when I seen yo at my barbershop, where my barber cut his hair, you know how like your favorite rapper's your favorite rapper, my barber was his barber. Yeah. And when I seen yo, I pressed up on him immediately. Like, yo, step outside. And I had my suit on and I was working and I was like, yo, don't ever in your fucking life, ever disrespect me like that. And he was like, no, I wasn't no disrespect, cuz I was just fucking with you. We be drinking and shit. I said, yo, but you don't know me like that. You call me down there to do business. at the end of the day, just do business. I was like, yo, we grown ass men. I'm not about to fight you. But I was like, yo, don't ever call me on no bullshit like that. Like, yo, I really felt disrespected. Yo was like, oh, my bad, this and that.
That's real.
But I'm glad you checked.
Yeah, because it's like...
That's your baby right here, bro.
But it's just the whole point. Like, we got to get past that whole trying to, squabble on prices and shit. You know what I mean? Right. Like, yo, I'm not giving you no bullshit. If I got quality, I'm not budging on my quality. Right. You know, it's like, people even like the sweatsuits. I got the sweatsuit on, right? Sweatsuit's $120. That's it. Order it on the website. Ain't no discount code, ain't no nothing. Either you want it or you not. I did a pre-sale like last week. I sold 17 sweatsuits in 4 days.
That's what's up.
Because it's like, whoever want to get it, go and get it.
I'm getting mine.
If you're not going to get it, I got more colors and stuff coming, but it's just like, certain things is just not to be going back and forth with. Because when I got to pay that fee and do this and do that. And
your taxes.
Yes.
That's only us, though. That's only us.
We always add, like, this is the crazy thing.
Because he's black.
Yo, when he first came out, I was looking for a product, right? I'm like, okay, B got one. The first thing I bought, he had a whole kit. Came with the soap.
Shit.
It came with a bracelet. It came with a pick. It came with this. Right. That was the. You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing I bought. And I've been buying it ever since. Like, never once I'm like, yo, can I get it for, you know what I mean, a couple dollars? We known each other 20 years. I never do that. Yeah. I don't, you know what I mean? Because I don't do that shit. Like,
product is we're in a different era. We came from a different era, though. Mm-hmm. Like, it's people from our era.
Your friends supposed to be the first ones to buy your shit,
that's,
support you.
And the one thing, but this is the one thing I tell people, having a business and a product, right? Mm-hmm. You gotta automatically think before you even ask for a discount or something free. What did this person pay for it? You know what I mean? Just to make the hat that he got on, I gotta order 100 of those patches. I gotta buy the hat. Then after I buy the hat and I buy the patches, I gotta take it down to the spot to get them sold on perfectly, and then I gotta pay them their piece of the pie. So the Made in Baltimore thing is bigger than just, it's made here in Baltimore. It's supporting local businesses. Everybody got their hand in on it. So by the time I finish making that hat, to give you a quality hat, not just some bullshit that I just ironed on in my bedroom, like, I really put that effort and time into making sure shit.
You should pay.
I don't sell nothing that I wouldn't wear. Yeah. I don't sell nothing that I wouldn't
use.
You
what it is. It's
so,
because this hat right here got a C, and it don't have the other C right there for Chanel, or got a G right here. No, just dead ass. Like, you can come out with this. You can have the same materials that these non-us motherfuckers have.
Non-us.
Yeah, because non-us. And bring it to
the car casket.
And bring it to our community, right?
Yeah.
And say, I have the same quality as XYZ. Only thing they gonna hear is XYZ. Then they gonna be like, yo, this shit do feel like the Nautica. Yo, this shit do feel like the Gucci. But how much you want for it? Like 120, so that's 60 for the pants and this shit. But yo, can you go for 100? Right. But you don't go. You got motherfuckers we know that go to Former Mills and still pay 60 for sweatpants, bro.
Right. You're right.
And the sweatpants don't be nothing. Right. They be a nothing never. No, they something, but they something that you don't know.
Yeah. Right. That's fact. You know what? Going back to the product,
shit hurt.
I was sitting down and I was reflecting. I was thinking about a time when we was coming up, the era that we was coming up, and I was like, I was trying to really think back in the day, who the fuck was rocking beards?
Mr. T.
No, but think about our culture. Think about our culture for our sports and entertainment. The hottest people back in the day didn't have beards. Like, you got to think like the hottest rappers, the hottest singers, entertainment, basketball player. Michael Jordan had no mustache, no beard.
No, he didn't.
Even the young Jay-Z came
I think it would have weighed him down a little.
But what I'm saying is,
I don't even think he could grow one.
But what I'm saying is, when do you think the influx of men saying, "Hey, I want to have a beard"? Because I'm really thinking about the '90s.
Rick Ross.
Well,
because look, if you really think about it,
Rick Ross, like, I lived in Philly. When I moved to Philly and I didn't have a beard, a lot of Sunni Muslims and all had beards. You know what I mean? They ain't had no mustache. They cut their mustache down and they had big beards. And I feel like facial hair period was just something we always did as black men because we grow facial hair. Black men wasn't just going to barbershop like take it all off.
Yeah.
We was always getting it shaped up, lining it up. Yeah. But it was like the influx of bigger beards was like a thing. My father had to wear a beard his whole life. So like because he couldn't shave it, he had the military pass to say that he could have it low cut. But I always grew up wanting a nice beard because my father had a beard. You know what I mean? And then I got like a beard thing I do every Black History Month, and it show all the Black History beards. So you look back and you see a lot of people in Black History who had beards, and you'll see it when I do it for.
If you need my Wikipedia information to put me up there, you know what, go and do your thing, man.
Oh, this you got me thinking.
Fucking try to
act like he's somebody.
That boy, Google me.
Y'all don't have no Wikipedia.
Google me, man.
We all in Google though. We all on Google.
He got a Lickopedia.
I'm a star.
Ladies out there, he got a Lickopedia.
Ass the front.
$40 cash app.
Yo, but the beard does when you. Well, I was told by my ex the beard does enhance
$40.
Yo,
$10 extra.
Because the third between the leg when you that's my ex.
Because what you gotta do for real, what you gotta do for real is when the beard get to a certain point, you almost gotta like tease him with it. It's it's like taking a feather and rubbing across him. You gotta take your time. As fellas out there,
I knew I wasn't the only freak in the room, bro.
Yo, you gotta take your time.
You gotta keep letting this grow now. Like, see,
take
man,
your time,
keep letting that get out.
Take your time. Don't just dive right in. Like sometimes you gotta make it anticipated. Y'all just going straight to the coochie. Like straight to the clit. You ain't even try like stimulate a breast or nothing. You ain't.
That's why these motherfuckers just. You always say, "Oh, he can't fuck. He can't fuck. He can't fuck."
That's all you had. That's why you gotta have a beard butter on them too, because one thing a lot of women was hitting me in my DM, and women are like my biggest customers. Because a lot of men don't take time to groom themselves. And they like, yo, my husband growing this beard, my boyfriend, my fiance, but it stink. It smell like work. It smell like the food he
Damn.
eats. And then they like, it's rough. They like, it's rough on my thighs and stuff like that. So what I was telling them was like, once they start using the products, they like, oh, it's soft. It smells good. I get all of these DMs. And the thing is, now with the body butter, you just heavenly. Like, when you walk into a room as a man or you give a woman a hug, the first thing she should do is be like, dang, your beard smell good.
We talked about
your body smell good. Like, yo, the beard butter changed so many dudes. Like, they like, yo, when I go to work, yo, shorties be like, yo, niggas told me they wife took the beard butter. Like, nigga, you're not wearing this shit on a regular day. You wearing this when we go out. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, I started the product just because it was great. It wasn't because I was like, oh, this a money grab. Let me do this. Like, I wouldn't be here for 5 years if it really did not work. I mean, you're talking all natural, jojoba oil, olive oil, coconut oil, mixed with the shea. You know, the shea helps strengthen the follicles to keep the beard looking lovely. So you mix all of it up and whip it up, and it's so soft. Like, the hardest thing is, my biggest hurdle is in the summertime when it melts because it's so hot. But I can't change the greatness because if something is, like, meant to be put on your face and your skin, it shouldn't be something that's so hard, like that you can't.
I left mine in the car and it melted. I put that shit right in the freezer.
Yeah, but I mean, you just sit it back.
Put it back in
you just sit it back in room temperature and it just be good. But at the end of the day, because it's oils, it's natural. But I tell people, you gonna put something on your skin or your face that's that hard, and it's not gonna melt in heat. Oh, you asking for something trouble?
Issue.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, to move on from all of that. You know, if you're looking for something, especially Valentine's Day, ladies, it could be good plug. It could be your baby father, it could be your ex, it could be your next door neighbor that cut your grass for you, it could be your work husband who you ain't seen in a while because y'all been on Corona.
Don't get that because motherfucker get killed.
That's how people get fucked up.
Hey, fuck them up. But guess what? Just give me the address. I'll ship it straight to him. And he never got to touch your house, babe. I ship it right out. I know we ain't been in the office and you miss your work husband. You miss the little sandwiches he brings to you.
Or he Mr. Savage and shit right there.
Yeah. When you go to the Giant and you get the rotisserie chicken and your boyfriend not looking and you put the whole thing in your lunch bag and then you making sandwiches in the break room with the mayo and the pepper and you toasting the bread.
Oh, dirty.
Yeah. Baby, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Yo, real talk, women slick as shit. I done had women buy 3-4 kits. They be like, my father, my baby father, my new dude. Like, first of all, like, I ain't buying my baby mother shit.
Yeah, I don't even know what
Happy
my baby
Mother's
look
Day.
like no more.
Look, Happy Mother's Day. I might be like, to my kids, just for the sake of my kids, to show them respect.
Straight text message.
Here you go, $20. Go get your mother something.
No.
But I ain't.
No.
Look,
I don't know what my son mother look like.
Dead. That's even dead.
I let my kids. I let my kids get them something.
Dead.
I don't know.
It be like this. Tell your mother Happy Mother's Day.
I ain't doing none of that.
No, I gotta show him that you can still respect a woman.
You can respect her.
No.
Distance.
No, that's
I got all girls.
See, you got all girls. See, just
all
like
girls,
me.
so they look at me funny. If I like,
Well,
like they protective as shit of their mothers.
Yeah, they should be.
Like if I say something, oh, don't talk about my mother, don't come for my mother. I'd be like, yo, chill. I don't want no smoke.
Yeah.
But I try to teach them that, like, Mother's Day, birthdays, you gotta give a card or something. Like just teach them anniversaries. I mean, it's the same thing like as guys. Like if you dating a female, she get a promotion at work or she having a bad day and she talk to you. Just spend the 50 or the 5. The 50 or the 5 is get the flowers delivered for $50. Shout out to Flowers de Vey on North Avenue. Flowers de Ave, black owned flower company. Ashley Rock, Brandon Wiley Funeral Homes. But you just have that plug. Like you find a company and you just have it plugged in with your information already in. And you just send the fucking flowers. And if you can't do that, you go to Trader Joe's, you spend the 5. You get the fresh sunflowers or the roses, and they walk in the house and you just have it already sitting in the vase. Babe, I like this. The house is nicer with fresh flowers.
The little things, man.
Yo,
you gotta do the little things.
That's the shit that gets you equity for when you want to go out with your boys and fuck off. And when she look at you and say, "Go ahead, babe. I know it's Super Bowl. I know you don't want to watch around here with me. Have fun." Because you done already bought the flowers and did the little shit.
You already put money into your
I mean,
investment.
that's what you're supposed to
the whole
do,
thing.
man.
It ain't even gotta be. But that's what I tell people. Yo, I ain't got no money for it. It ain't gotta be a lot of money. You go to Trader Joe's, you get the $3 flowers.
Right.
Or you just go down Giant in the aisle.
John always got
Get
the
the
flowers
card.
on
You
sale.
but you get the card. Like sometimes what you do is you just get the card. Say, I ain't told you in a while. I appreciate you. And what you do is you lay it on a pillow. And then you're going to get some head that night. Because you ain't got no head in a while. You thinking like, oh, she's slipping. So it put you on game. When she come out the shower, she see the card. I appreciate you and I ain't told you in a while. And you laying there like this.
Getting chewed up. Getting chewed up.
Not getting head in a long time can cause a lot of trouble.
Because you're going to wake up and I'm going to be like, all on your face. Like, what you doing? Like, I'm just reminding you. This is your monthly reminder. This is your weekly reminder.
Yesterday you might be sick. But no.
You slipping.
Like we was talking about earlier, right? Like, when did it become popular for us as a whole, black men as a whole, to actually accept the beds? And for me, like, if some people might say, like, you was in Philly, so being in Philly, like, that shit was like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grow this bitch because this motherfucker.
That's been
I see that bitch over there with all the big motherfuckers, so you gotta grow the joint.
Yeah.
But then you had like people like the Rick Rosses that made it cooler for like the fatter niggas, you know what I mean, to rock the beds.
Yeah, you telling you that's your name.
I was already sexy this before Ross, cause
yeah.
but then for me, like you said, that when the white culture seemed like it made it popular and it wasn't a bad thing to do, was when I seen a fucking San Francisco Giants whole baseball team rock the long ass beards.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers had looked like they was part of the Hell's Angels.
Yeah.
And that shit was
ZZ Top had.
But
beards
ZZ
crazy.
But that's where it came from. So what you go back to was cartoons, right? So what a dude told me when I went to go interview to get my job when I was graduating from college, he was like, "You gotta cut your facial hair off," and I'm like,
"What?" Yeah, that's
and
what
he was like, he broke it down. He said it was a black dude. He said, when you watch cartoons, what do the bad guy look like?
Right.
And I was like, dang. He was like, on movies, what the bad guy look like? So he was like, automatically, you walk in with a beard, You look unapproachable.
And you black?
You look unapproachable.
Then
You look unapproachable. You look angry. You look like this. So when I did it, I had like one of my little cousins was like, "Yo, you a sellout, yo. You cut all your facial hair out for that job for that white man." And I was like, "Nah, I'm making a lane for other people to come behind me.
Right.
And my performance is going to eventually put me in a position where I can do what I want to do. You know, like I could walk into, we could go play golf at work or something, and I got whole sleeves, everything, my leg tattooed. But because I'm top shit at what I do, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But when you trying to get your foot in the door, motherfuckers got this mentality nowadays that I ain't conforming.
Yeah.
Yo, that's dead. Like that's not even smart. Because we gotta get somewhere to get somewhere. When you starting out, you can't do shit you gonna do in year 5.
Right.
So until your performance speak for you, sometimes you're gonna have to cut your hair down.
Right.
You're gonna have to fix your image. I ain't wearing no motherfucking suit. Yo, I ain't doing no. Well, that's what your pay gonna look like. Your pay gonna look like what you're willing to do.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day,
That's a fact.
I was 24 when I got my house built from the ground downtown. Like I moved back from Philly to a brand new 4-story rooftop deck downtown, throwing parties, and life was lovely. I ain't had no fucking facial hair. The bitches thought I was a creep, but but my salary and my money looked like what I was willing to do to make things happen. And eventually, something like facial hair or changing your personal appearance, that's something that can grow back or change. But you got to be willing to listen to people who've been there before you. Like when the dude said, look, you can't wear those dress shoes unless they Gucci. You got to slip on. I had bought some shit from like some bullshit store. It was like some Giorgio Brutinis. It was like some shit. They was phony as a bitch.
Yeah, them
so,
bitches pleather.
He was like,
God
yo, he's like, just get some regular plain shoes with a tie up, navy blue suit, power tie. That shit. Look for the interview, white dress shirt, and it was plain as shit. But I understood what he was trying to do. He was taking away any type of thing for them
negativity,
for them to nitpick.
Right.
Because you're going to go meet with people who making 300, 400,000, vice presidents and regional managers that's sitting across from you. It's 4 people in the interview, and you a 21-year-old black boy saying, "Pay me, you know, $50,000 to $70,000 coming out of college," and you know, you sitting there like this. But you gotta understand, you manicure your nails, you do all of that because you don't want them to look down and be like, "Dang, his nails dirty, he not clean,
Lips chapped."
Yeah, and none of that have nothing to do with you interviewing for the job.
And they looking at your address.
Yeah. So when you doing all of that
From the hood,
you gotta eliminate all of that, and that's where us as a people, as much as we wanna feel like, oh, I ain't changing and this and that. I tell my daughter all the time, like, yo, you ain't made it nowhere yet. You gotta crawl before you walk. She in hair. Before you add your own salon, you gotta get in there and wash hair. You gotta get in there and sweep floors. You gotta be around the conversations to understand why.
Before you walk, man.
You know why this chick got 3 salons and why she getting $1,000 to put a weave in. Watch, just sit there and soak it up.
I'm glad you.
Man. I'm definitely levels. You gotta,
I'm glad you're teaching it because we're in a society right now because we did a show talking about instant gratification. People see shit on social media and they think like, boom, boom, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Like not knowing like the steps. Like they don't know that you went knocking down doors. You know what I mean? They don't know what you gave up. And shout out to the homie Steve, KDW Catering.
Yeah, that's my
He
man.
left corporate America to do his thing, but that thing was still. He had sacrifices he had to make.
Oh, yeah.
You just see him now posting all the good food and his success. They see you doing it.
Yeah.
So somebody else may be like, well, I make dinners. I can cater. No, the fuck you can't. Oh, I got a couple jars at home. I can put some lotion and all that in there and sell it as beer butter. No, you can't.
Yo, that's
you know
why
what I mean?
I
You're looking at somebody else's lane.
I don't
and think it's
get
gonna
mad
automatically
I don't
happen.
get mad when somebody step in the lane to compete because it's not competition. I look at it like,
right.
I'm here. I want to help you, but so many people don't want to ask for help or they don't even want to have a conversation. If tomorrow I was starting a podcast, I might be like, yo, I'm starting a podcast. Help me. I'm not trying to sneak in the lane and be like, yo, you see it. Poppy ain't say something to me. I could have helped them. Like, you could be 10 steps ahead just by somebody helping you. I went to people and was like, yo, I want to make this hat like you got. Here's the plug. Yo, here's the embroidery guy. Here's the screen print guy for t-shirts. Within a week, I had all the information because of relationships I had built. And it's how you approach somebody and say, yo, this is what I'm doing. And I know so many people that try to sneak in the lane. And then they like, yo, it ain't as easy as I thought. because I could have told you how to ship it and do this and do that if you would have just asked. But
you got that shit all the time. Like it happens all the time. Like they'll be like, oh, you got a podcast. Oh, you got it right now. Okay. And then next thing you know, 2 weeks later, they're in that motherfucking basement and shit, trying to do the same shit. And then it's like,
some janky ass.
then I'm like, damn, yo, why you ain't holler at me? Then you don't have no answer. And then when it look like it's going down the drain, then it hit you like, yo, so what kind
They
of
want
mic
help
you
later
using?
instead of help
Oh,
in the beginning.
and it's like, bro, like,
Information is free.
that shit is nothing.
Yeah, like
that shit is nothing.
You see all this shit in this room, like this shit costs money.
Yeah.
Like, we spend a lot of money for this shit. These lights and this room, all this
Shit ain't
shit.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for. And a lot of people want to take a back road and shortcut. They don't want to pay the consultant fee. They don't want to do
They
stuff.
don't want to pay nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
You can't shortcut your dreams.
Hell no.
You cannot.
You got to like that. That's the
Can't
dumbest
cheat the
shit.
grind.
You can't.
cheat the grind.
People want to get rich without investing anything. They just want to invest their time and they want to invest themselves telling you what they want to do and want you to feel sorry for them so they can get rich. I want to get rich too. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm trying to get rich.
This shit like selling drugs for real because like, you know, you be around people that was in that life and you hear them talk about re-up money and fucking up the re-up. That's how it is. If I sell 20 hats, right, and I sell these hats at $30 a pop, right, and I sell 20 hats at $30 a pop, I don't have 600.
Right.
I didn't make 600. I got 600, but to re-up them same hats, I gotta spend another 20 times $12.50 or whatever it cost me to make that hat,
Right.
and then do it again. So it's like I don't have 600 to go play with. You putting the money right back into it. Right back into it. You're not looking at it like, oh, yo sold the sweatsuits for $120. He sold 17 times. No, if I'm doing the sweatsuits, if I'm selling them at $120, trust me, it's costing me $60 just to make it. You know, everybody using the Pakistan, China people. I was like, I'm not doing that no more. My sizes was coming back irregular. I'm getting a big ass box in the mail. And they charging $30 a sweatsuit, so you like, yeah, I'm about to kill him, shorty. But I sell you some shit for $100, right? The jacket off size, the pants off size. You ain't gonna say nothing. You just gonna talk shit about me. Like, I ain't buying no more.
I told this motherfucker 2X and this shit was
this shit
was a speedium.
Like when everybody ordering off Wish.
You know, a lot of people don't understand that. Like black folks, we got long wingspans. We're uniquely built. The only people that's kind of built something similar like this is Italians. Like that's.
And the thing is, with working with the people overseas, you can get it right. But I don't have the patience to go through getting it right with my customers. If you buy a sweatshirt for $122, I want you to be able to like, yo, this bitch quality. Like I told you, I put it in the dry cleaners, came back same size, same fresh, still look good, ain't faded or nothing. I went with these people because they cost more money, and at the end of the day, it was about putting out a good ass product. I'm never gonna sacrifice quality to make money because for me, like I don't have money, but I'm not doing this shit for a quick hit. I wouldn't be in business for 5 years if I was doing everything for a quick hit. Because when you're doing everything for a quick hit, it's grand opening, grand closing. Because people catch up to your bullshit. So it's like, if you would buy it, like don't sell no shit or don't wear no shit you wouldn't buy it away. Like I see people just be throwing shit out there. Like everybody want, I'm gonna get a t-shirt heat press and I'm gonna do this. And then the t-shirt peeling at the one wash. And it's like, yo, quality is everything. And you're not going to get over on people by trying to do everything a certain way. Like, you got to put, like, yo. And that's the biggest thing with the difference when people say, support me, support me, support me. Make them support you. You know? The people going to speak for you. I don't have to post as much as I did in the beginning because I'm going to get tagged in a post from you. I'm going to get tagged from you. I'm going to get tagged from a guy in California. And his 2 buddies is going to see it. And they going to buy some shit. And then they going to pass it on. And it's just word of mouth, and eventually everybody's speaking for you, and you ain't gotta say nothing. Right. In the beginning, you definitely hustling up your product, but at a while, everything gonna show up the way it's supposed to be.
That's fact. So what we looking for in the future, the next 5 years for creative culture?
Well, the body butter is like popping right now. So my new slogan is, taking care of your
saddlewood.
Keeping your balls, body, and beard fresh since 2016. That's the motto. So at the end of the day, I tell them like, yo, it's like the body butter could put a little bit on your balls. You know, the body butter,
that bitch,
like,
why not?
You gotta keep your balls
the
fresh.
body butter is different. Y'all gotta try the body butter. It's fire, yo. Come out the shower, it oil you up so good. Like the biggest thing with a lot of body butters is like you be dabbing and dabbing, but this it goes straight to like oil on your hand. Next thing you know, you greased up. You look in the mirror like,
oh Lord, don't tell that to flesh. Oh my Lord.
So
he gonna be all on Instagram like
glistening.
But the whole thing is just
We're gonna go to the gym like that.
Look at me, body butter.
Fuck around, drop the dumbbell out his hand.
Male grooming line. So like the next thing I want to do is like a facial solution, so you can wash your face and tone and do all of that, because as men and even as black men, like we're getting better with our grooming. Like I've been getting manicures and pedicures since I was like fresh out of college. Because my brother was like, "Yo, you're a professional now." Like
women know that shit.
Yeah,
like, damn, you got your feet done. You damn right.
I was
right
like
there.
when I was younger and I was like in corporate America and I had to go to like different things. First time I had to go to like a corporate. Like we had a day off and we was like in New York on White Plains and they was like, "Oh, you guys can take the train and do this." Yo, I come downstairs with a jersey on, a headband, some butters and some shorts, and the black lady pulled me up like, "You look like a thug." And in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, that's who I am." Like, fuck it is. I'm from Baltimore, like, you know. But in my mind, I started to realize, like, when I walk in that lobby, I don't know who I'm gonna see.
Right.
And so it started to be like where I had to realize, like, okay, keeping it real ain't gonna get you where you want to be. You got this job, this what you wanted, you want to keep it. You don't want them to look at you like outside of work. What is he involved in? You know what I mean? Because they already be thinking shit. So I was like, all right, cool. Get my pedicures, throw the Gucci flip flops on or the Sean Kletters and some golf shorts and a polo and just mix it up. But at the end of the day, it's like be secure in who you are and do whatever. Because you can still be in some flip flops and be manly. Like you ain't gotta be worried about you ain't wearing no. I see dudes on their beach pictures and some dopes. Why you got dopes on in the beach?
Now that's stupid. Now that's stupid as shit.
You look like you ain't never been nowhere.
I just don't wear no fucking. No, I can't wear a sandal, yo. That shit. It don't
wear that
fit
shit
right,
on the
It
beach.
don't feel right in my foot, bro. I gotta be comfortable. So I just
whatever
go
you
straight
want.
Africa out that bitch.
I mean,
You know
get you
what I'm
some water socks or something, nigga. Like
Yo,
you
some
gonna
water
get,
shoes and shit. Yeah,
something, but don't just be out there with no dopes on.
I seen a motherfucker out there with some dope, some
Motherfuckers be
Jordans
down
on.
Miami.
I hate when
Timbs on
motherfuckers
the
be on
beach.
like, yo, you in DR or something. You got your they gotta show they like little Africa shorts, and then they got on like some regular hooping shorts. Like, yo, get a pair of fucking trunks, yo. God damn, like, yo, motherfuckers be looking
Doing too much.
That's what I'm gonna say, man. All the fellas that's listening and gonna be looking at this, man.
And the ladies.
I want y'all. I want the. But
most of them
this
grown
mainly,
kids now.
this mainly for the fellas. Like the ladies, naturally groom and take care of themselves. Like
Some.
men have to get out of their mind that taking care of your beard, taking care of your hands and your feet has anything to do with your sexuality or your manhood.
I ain't wearing lotion for 20 years, yo.
It has to have like if you
Only in the summer.
if you wanna deal with a woman and you want her nails to be done, her feet to be done, lashes, brows, and you want her to look good, she wants the same from you. You know what I mean? Like you can't expect something out of a woman that you're not gonna be able to give yourself. Because this dudes out here, they shit look like Anthony Hamilton beard in 2004. The shit beady and like rotten cotton.
Yo, and I don't even
on
get,
their
I
face.
have, like, I shake my shit up like once a month or something. It'd be like all of it, but it's still soft and it's still, like, because I wear the beard like lumberjack style, it's my natural line. So it's not like crazy, but it's still soft and it smell good. Like, you ain't gotta run to the barbershop every week and keep letting them, touch you up every day and spending $20. It's damn near $20 just for a beard shape.
Shit, I do. I be there.
So I mean, no, it's to each his own. I just feel like for me, I want my full line.
These prices
so I don't touch
ridiculous,
it. Yeah, I don't touch it. But the whole point is like grooming is okay. Like the one time when I was getting manicures and stuff, I read in this like magazine like GQ or something. It was like the sign of a sexually trained man is a man who has a manicure, and I was like reading like why he say that, and they was like, as a man, when a woman looks at your hands, the first thing she's thinking in a sexual manner is am I comfortable with him putting those fingers in me or touching me?
Yeah, I've had women
So it's
tell
like-
me that. That's a fact.
You trying to dig all in somebody coochie with them long ass nails and cutting them and
all
they,
that. Yeah,
you know, it's like, you know.
We're talking about classy women. We ain't talking about the $40 women.
I don't
No.
No, I had to make sure because some of them like be watching.
I feel like that's a whole nother
and they be like,
generation,
so I gotta look at that nail.
Yo, that's a whole nother
you don't
generation.
care.
That $40, I mean, I don't know no women my age that's doing it. Maybe because I just be around a different caliber of women.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's some young girl shit.
That
Like
it
my
got
man
to
was
be.
like, yo. He's like, that's the new wave. Like, yo, you text. He's like,
Yeah, I
they
was
send you a
stupid
cash
as
app
shit,
request
too.
when they meet you.
I was stupid as shit too because I was like, everybody was like, yeah, $40. I was like, what the fuck is $40?
Yo said they send you a cash app request when they meet
I
you.
ain't paid to do it.
When I heard that it was like they was talking about for the pussy, I was like, that's the cost. Okay, so yeah, that's because back in the day,
Y'all crazy.
bitches used to
Yo,
be
but
like,
check this out, man. We
150.
we gonna get our
ball 50 girl.
our final thoughts will be before we get up out of here. I know everybody looking like, damn, y'all color coordinated. We all in here looking like a rapper.
Yeah, we like
look
the
at
fuck
him like,
going on?
oh my fault, gray, blue. Like, yo, we out here color coordinated, man. We look kind of damper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of damper.
Can't
But y'all
write
got
for
any
them.
final thoughts for B before we get out of here? Because I'm gonna let them close it out.
The only thing I'm gonna say is, you don't have to, because this shit smell good, right? So you don't have to go to like Sally's and shit and keep getting these white people beard butters that stink like shit because
Purposely put a man on that look like us.
I didn't want to say nothing incorrect because I was ready to say that stink like them. But
The guy, he almost looked like me on the top of the.
It's made in the image of a black man.
That's me. I almost look like me.
so look though, right
Tell the
before
ladies it's you.
conceded it.
I'm
He's
that's how
going to
I'm
lie. They gonna be like, nigga, this is
Like, y'all
not
see me on the
you.
Creative Coach?
Silhouette challenge right there.
Y'all see me?
But yeah, though, support your own
Facts.
and stop complaining about the prices that's there because if you're gonna buy some shit that don't even work for your body, you might as well buy something that's gonna smell good for you and your body, bitch. Like shit. Like, fuck that.
You got some final thoughts, Andy, before we get up out of here?
It's a great product. I'm telling you. Like before I cut my beard, you know, I still use the product and stuff, but that's what had my beard looking like. Then my
I don't know. He ain't used it a couple times.
Yeah.
It's like fucking with you.
He didn't. Like, that shit was like newspaper.
At what point? Then
Who the fuck is this, Frederick Douglass?
I was like,
Who the fuck is this, Frederick Douglass?
Yeah, facts. Yo, my final thoughts, like, first of all, I appreciate you for coming through
Yes, sir.
with some product. You know, I've been using it for a minute.
This was like
Definitely want
Watson.
you, wishing more success with it. And that's all I gotta say, man. It's a great product, but tell the people where they can find you at.
You can find
Anything.
me at Creative Culture Lifestyle on Instagram. You can find us in KC Beauty, Beauty Plus, Posh Beauty. We all over the Beltway, all through the city. You can talk to your barber. Tell them hit us up if you want to just be able to get it right when you get out the chair. I mean, we wholesale everything: body butter, beard butter, shampoo, soap, combs, oil. We got everything you need. So at the end of the day, like, the whole goal is to be a one-stop shop and make sure that, you know, we got something for us, made by us. Like I said, made in Baltimore. It's tatted on my chest. At the end of the day, like, this city made us, and we got to keep supporting each other. That whole Baltimore crabs in the... I don't experience that. All I get is love everywhere I go, because if you give love, you get love.
Facts.
You know, if you hanging around people that's cutting people's throats, change your circle. You know, like, it's some more things I thought we was gonna get into outside of the business, but I appreciate y'all, you know, really taking the whole segment going into that. You know, but yeah, it's all love. I appreciate it. You know, I do podcasts and stuff all the time, and you know, it was a good experience, and I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you. Believe that.
Yeah.
Believe that. Hey, check this out, y'all. This has been another edition of Imperfect Sense right here on UnifiedRadio.tv. We see y'all the same time, same Unified channel next week. Peace.